This is a bit of an impromptu live. Who is Mavsum Samadov? Does anybody have a guess who Mavsum Samadov is? Now, this gentleman was encountered at our southern border. We had journalists interviewing people coming through our border. And I don't know if you guys have seen the viral video yet of this encounter at our southern border, but we got a deep dive into this person. He says, if you don't know who I am, you're going to know who I am. And I'm not going to be on this live stream long, you guys, because I have to leave here in like 30 minutes. So I wanted to show you guys this viral video real quick. And I don't know about you guys, but it scares the bejesus out of me that we're allowing people like this to get into our country. But you would think the federal government would be focused on these types of people with this type of background. Instead, they're too busy labeling Catholics as extremists and domestic terrorists. If you're anti LGBT, you are pro life, and you're a Trump supporter, that will get you investigated illegally nonetheless. But people like this guy, nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's scary. It really is. Good morning. How are you guys? I hope you're well. This is scary. This is very scary. I'm going to show you the video now, and then we will actually get into the deep dive of who he is, because I would like to know myself. I would like to know if I feel safe with this man in our country, right? Of course, he's not the only one. Millions have got away already. So, if nothing else, let's see what this dude. Now, he's the guy right here in the glasses, kind of looking bewildered, like, you don't know me? How dare you? How dare you not know who I am? All right.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys.
You
Wow.
will see soon.
You see, the reporter here calls out the journalist, whomever is at the board. I don't even know. The entitlement. Wow, the entitlement. Sorry, that's not my first thought. My first thought would be, all right, so tell me who you are. But the accent, and I hate to be the judgmental type, right? I hate to be that judgmental, stereotypical type. But considering that we're letting all sorts of people here in through our southern border, not just from Mexico, not women and children, you should know who I am. If you were smart enough, you would know, but you're gonna find out soon enough. That right there would have sent off the alarm bells to me. Like, I would have been standing there like, I would have been on the phone with the FBI office in Texas immediately. Like, do you want to see who you're pro letting into our country? Hey, is this guy on your watch list? And then we find out he is. He is a terrorist. Oh my God. And again, I hate to be judgmental and everything, but like, what the fuck do you call that? What the hell do you call that? You can't say that, oh, well, oh, he looks the part, he sounds the part when he's threatening you like that. You guys, come on. I'm sorry, not sorry. So Some Sandoval, and look at this. He even has a United States seal on him. This is creepy. All right. So he's got International Religious Freedom Badge, United States Commission on International Religious Freedom. Remember the illegal immigrant at the border that said, you will know who I am, just wait. Yeah, he's a terrorist, and now he's in our country due to the southern border being wide open. They aren't sending their tired and hungry and poor, or asylum seekers, as they would like to call them. We're being invaded, and our own federal government, along with the SCOTUS, which is the secretary, who Mike Johnson, not doing a damn thing. He's facilitating it. Prepare your houses. This is from Lee Liberty. And I'm over here like, wow. So his additional names are Mavsum Mardon. And you can see this is the same guy. Like, nobody's vetting these people who are coming through our borders, you guys. This is frightening. I'm sorry, but I'm going to stereotype away. I don't care. I don't care what title it earns me either. I do not feel safe with people like this coming in through our country. And it leads me back. It leads me back to the research that we did regarding who handles asylum seekers on the southern border, who was hired by Alejandra Mayorkas. And I'm going to show you exactly who. Her name is Nijwa Ali. Okay. Nijwa Ali is the very person that is instructed to handle asylum seekers at our southern border. Now, Nijwa, let me remember if I can spell her name right. Nijwa. Yeah, Nejwha, Nijwa Ali. Now she was the one that was posting the terrorist attack on Israel, right, on her Twitter. I just got to remember how to spell her name. I do believe I did post it, but Nijwa Ali, she is a former PLO, and that is the Palestinian Liberator Group, right? The Liberation of Palestine organization. And she's the one that determines who seeks asylum and who's allowed into our country. So when we have terrorists who are manning the terrorists at our borders, and they're manning asylum seekers at our borders, who the hell do you think we're letting in? So I find it remarkably shocking. I'm bewildered. I'm shocked. And Mike Johnson, what the fuck are you doing? Speaker Johnson, you guys. Yeah, he sounds like a damn terrorist to me too. I don't care. I don't care. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's scary. It's very scary. I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't. I'm over here going, and what do we do? What do we do but be proactive and be on our toes and literally be ready, right? Apparently, Iran, we have 3 of our service members dead and 30 more injured. And all Joe Biden seems to care about is Donald Trump. Yeah, not good. Not good. So 3 service members killed. 3 service members killed. And nobody's saying nothing about Iran. Like, Joe Biden is not willing to do anything about it. I just can't, dude. I just don't know what to do. Here's Joe Biden pandering. He's in the black churches now. He's in the black churches. Look. Now, how come you're never in the black churches only when you're running for president, is what I'd like to know. It's only during election time.
The man totally committed to making every American a part of the American dream, Joe Biden.
So while you're going into this church, Joe Biden's Department of Justice and FBI probably put somebody in there, right? They probably put somebody in there to, investigate churchgoers. They're acting like a pastor. It's really crazy, you guys. It's really crazy. It's insane to me how you could literally label people domestic terrorists, but we got terrorists literally coming up through our southern borders. But if they go to church on Sunday, they're a terrorist. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know, there is a huge attack on Christianity in this country. You cannot prove me differently. You can't prove to me differently. Also, for probably no better than a half a century, you know, look at their music, right? Look at how they promote music. It's always over sexualized, gang banging, drug dealing, killings. It's it's a way for it to bring the black community down and to make just to hinder their culture. And I think, like, people, why aren't people seeing it? Like, I'm an outsider looking in. Of course, growing up in the black community, it really doesn't give me that personalization to where I could say, yeah, you know, I'm being affected by this because I'm white. I can't like see it for what it really, or you know, they can't see it for what it really is, but I can. But I'm not allowed to say anything. And that's what's so bothersome to me, because I see it. Not only do we over sexualize black culture, but we also promote violence. F the police, gang selling drugs, carjackings. It's absolutely insane. Not to mention twerking at Planned Parenthood, as if life doesn't matter. And the statistics of the abortion rates do speak for themselves. You know, it's really sad. And I wish that the rest of Black America would wake up and see that this is an attack on the race. And the party that makes it all about race, unfortunately, is the Democratic Party. And I wish people would see that. I really do. It's so like worrisome to me that people don't see it. They don't see it. And I'm over here like, please wake up. They're decimating your whole culture. They're decimating the black population. You know, they're decimating all of our populations. If you really want to look at it, I think it's all a spit in the face to everybody who migrated here the legal route. I think it's a spit in the face to black and white Americans alike, that they're just trying to replace us all. You know, it's crazy. I think America really needs to get up and stand up and say something, because if we see something, we say something. And I saw something today that was really worrisome. And his name is Chris Cuomo, right? You might know him. He's Legacy Media. He's also the brother of another Cuomo. And Chris Cuomo has a podcast here on YouTube. And I watched, sadly, too much of this podcast, right? I'm only going to play the first like 30 seconds of it. But the reason why I watched so much of it is because I was hoping that he was going to go another angle, but he didn't. He literally kept up with this narrative the whole time. And I'm over here like, I'm scratching my head thinking, is Cuomo a Chomo? Was he on? You know, we're talking about the island, by the way. So I want to show you guys like 30 seconds of this real quick and see if you guys get the gist of like, or get the same feeling I did, right? By the way, let's move on from Black America being under siege and under attack for 50 fucking years. But hey, all right. Chris Cuomo. Do you guys like my burn? I dropped asparagus on my boobies yesterday. I was making asparagus and I dropped literally hot oil asparagus right here. That hurts. That hurts really bad. All right. Now that I pointed that out, which I didn't have to, but I don't want people to think I have a herpes or something, but because I don't, it's a burn and it hurts really bad. That shit kept burning. All right. 30 seconds of your life that we'll never get back. I'm sorry. I did dislike his video. I'm not going to lie about it. You can see it right there. Right there. I hit that fat old dislike button. And I'm going to show you why.
More and more documents keep coming out about Jeffrey Epstein, and everybody's so anxious to know who's in there. Why do you care? In where? What is this about for you? What is this about for the people who are insisting that you have to know?
Whoa, okay. So why do you want to know? Why do we want to know? Well, Chris, and I have to play more because it gets even worse than that. Well, here's a short answer. Chris Cuomo, because I'd like to know who is partaking in elite pedophile rings in America. Okay? I'd like to know who. I think it's important that we not hide those people's identities, no matter how big of a movie star they are, no matter what side of the political aisle they're on. It doesn't matter. If you're on that list, we should know about it. It gets worse. Like when I tell you guys this shit gets worse, I'm not lying to you guys. This intro, man.
Look at what's really going on.
Watch it.
I'm Chris Cuomo, and let's take a look at what's really going on with the Jeffrey Epstein intrigue. Thank you for subscribing and following here at the Chris Cuomo Project. Thank you for checking us out at News Nation, 8 and 11 p. Eastern, 5 days, every weekday night.
I don't know if I can listen to his voice 5 days a week. Hey, no Epstein list doesn't exist. Don't look over here. How dare you? Why do you want to know? I don't think I could do that. No.
We've been talking about this, but the question is, why do people care? Now, what's the obvious reason? The best reason? The victims, the survivors, dozens of young women, 15, 16, 17, okay? There are allegations that put them even younger, okay? Put in compromising positions, assaulted, worse, by Jeffrey Epstein.
So what about the other people? The victims? It was kind of like, this is a big gaslighting. Like the whole podcast is gaslighting. It really is. Well, Jeffrey Epstein, they were victimized by Judge. No, they weren't. Not just Jeffrey Epstein. Lots of other people. But he goes into this big old like conspiracy theory of like, we're fucking crazy. The gaslighting is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm over here pissed because I'm over here like, what do you know? What are you hiding? What don't you want? And then he proceeds to say that there is no list at all. None. It doesn't exist. It's a figment of our imagination. Watch.
And they had to come forward. And they had to live this, and they have to survive it. And that matters. And that takes you to, well, okay, so why do we care now? Epstein's gone. Here's why. Who knew? Who helped? Now, those are very legitimate questions. And
oh, no. It's not because, oh, let's just forget about it since Epstein is gone. Oh, he's dead. Like, who was that? Oh, yeah, Bill Gates. Well, he's dead. So, no. It doesn't matter if he's dead or not. The fact of the matter is he died under questionable circumstances. And the people who frequented his island for how many years? How many? Not only just his house in the Virgin Islands, but the house in Manhattan too, where there were cameras everywhere where we can't have that footage. Bill Clinton is hanging out in the foyer in a blue dress. Literally in the painting. What do you mean? I'm so sick of this shit. I'm sick of people acting like we're crazy. I'm sick of it.
Worth asking. But here's the problem. Is that really why people care about this? I don't know. To me, there seems to be an equal appetite to that one.
Oh, at least it's all political. Equal. It's all political.
What is it? The prurience and the political advantage and the gotcha and the conspiracy game and the deep state game. It occurs to me that Jeffrey Epstein has become like this article of convenience for all kinds of agendas.
Oh, really? Jeffrey Epstein is he's such a convenience for all kinds of conspiracy theories and agendas. It doesn't get any more agenda or narrative like that. You're literally skirting around everything and saying that this is just a right-wing conspiracy. There are real life victims that JP Morgan had to pay off a lot of money, $250 million, Chris. What the hell? And when I'm watching this, right? I don't remember where it is, but he specifically says that the list doesn't even exist. It's not real. It's not real. Like we know it is. We know it is. This man goes, he does nothing but literally call people who watch this absolutely fucking crazy the whole time. You're crazy. You're crazy. Then why didn't the feds do this? Why don't they have this person? What? But how come they're not in jail? I'd like to know that about all kinds of rich elite people that get away with fucking kids.
And I'll explain why. And an interesting thing is when I say this,
jerk,
the people who say to me, wait a minute, you're saying this isn't really a client list and there isn't going to be one. Don't you care about the young women? I think those are the people that don't care about the young women.
Oh, gaslight. Did you see that? So the people that claim that there's an Epstein list, they're the ones that don't claim about the victims. The victims said that there's a list. The victims. So what do you have to say about that, Chris? What do you have to say about that, Chris? The victims themselves. I'm getting so pissed. E. Jean Carroll and Chris Cuomo just go shack up together with her new $83.3 million settlement by an all liberal jury. You know, nothing pisses me off more than people gaslighting rape. Oh my God, man. Ooh.
Because otherwise they wouldn't be telling you that you're going to find a client list. They would know there is no client list.
What was that?
Find a client list. They would know there is no client list.
I love how he edited that video. There is no client list. Bullshit. Where's my bull? Ha 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 ha.
That was bullshit.
Yes, it was. I'm done with this clown. This is a clown. This is a liberal clown that will literally protect the pedos over the victims any day of the week. And I'm not giving you not one more second of airtime. You don't deserve the 200 and some thousand subscribers that you have, Chris. You don't deserve anything. You, with your background, your platforms, how you have access to the media, you should be a proponent to fight for the victims, and you don't. You gaslight and you protect your elitist buddies. And if you want to go watch this, you're more than willing. You're more than able to. Go right ahead, you guys. But if you don't get as equally pissed off as I do, I don't know. Something might be wrong with you, because I'm so pissed. And the more I watched this, the more pissed off I got, because here he is defending people. He's defending these types of people. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, this one. Oh, it's Trump. Oh, Trump. Oh, Trump. You know, and I'm over here like Trump wasn't on that list, man. You guys wanted him to be, but he ain't. And he says that. That's one thing that they really can't use against Trump. Oh, boo. Y'all wanted it so bad. My God, man, he irritates me more than you might know. Well, maybe you could tell a little bit, but that's fine. I just think like if people like this, if you defend stuff like this, you don't get demonetized. You don't get labeled as harmful content, but this is okay. This is okay. Oh, okay. I forgot. We're protecting pedophiles now. My God, man. I can't look at him again. I'll puke. In fact, I want to puke so badly. You guys, There ain't nothing worse, okay, than somebody that preys on a child. Nothing. Nobody worse, okay? Other than the people who gaslight and protect those types of people. I ran into a lady like that when I was a kid, right? She stood by her man no matter what. Oh, he can't be a child molester. Oh, but he was. And he actually molested her son too. We find out 20 years later. Oh, I'm so sorry. My son came forward. We told you. My God, man. It's like those women that literally stand by their man even though they know they're pedophiles. And I hate this anymore. You can't even say the word pedophile. Why? Why can't you say it? It's an ugly word. It's harmful content. It might hurt somebody's feelings. Why? Are they one? Are they one? Because equally alike, I don't care if you're a Trump supporter. I don't care if you're a Biden supporter. Equally, we should all agree that pedophiles are bad. Right? Terrorists, not good. Pedophiles, definitely not. Murderers, rapists, no, not good people. But oh, they might have a little compassion here or there. You can't discount the fact. No, that I don't care if they walk dogs and helped an elderly lady across the street. The very fact when you chose to literally violate a child, guess what? Done. I can't believe this. Like this dude, you have the power to use your platform for the greater good, and you chose the other route. My God. My God. What if his daughter was violated like that? I bet you he'd switch his tune up real quick. We deserve to know who was on his client list, Chris. We deserve to know. The victims deserve to know. Can you believe that? He turned that shit around on us. The people who say that they're for the victims and who say that the client list is out there don't care about the victims. Ooh, blood officially reaching boiling point. Fucking shit, man. I really can't. Your brother's a dick and you're a dick. Period. I hope you see this. I hope you do. I don't care if you ruin my YouTube channel or not, Chris. I don't care at this point. I really don't. I will not cater to people. And I will not bend over backwards to protect the predators. Okay? I won't do it. Call me crazy. But I'm a ferocious mom. Okay? And even though I only have 2 children, I care that there are more children in this world like myself who have to go through a life of trauma because of the actions of one, okay, or more. He should be using his resources to aid victims, to help victims, right? Because you know damn well this dude is sitting pretty up in his mansions, right? He should be using his resources to help victims of human trafficking. You know, maybe he ought to go to a rape crisis center and be on the other end of that phone call. Maybe then his views will change, but his elitist friends, you know, it's really bad. Biden goes all Donald Trump, I guess, or he tries to. He was at a brewery, and I don't know if it was here at the Great Lakes Brewery. I hope not. Because if the Great Lakes Brewery literally housed Joe Biden, I will never buy your Christmas ale ever again. I'm just saying. How do you guys feel about that? Cuomo was on the mainstream and you have twice the subs. I'd give him, you know what, guys? I understand that to some people that you see that number, right? I understand to some people you think that's a lot, right? And yeah, it's a lot of people who hit that button. But I live vicariously. I live in the now. I can see that it could all be gone tomorrow. And with the content that I cover, it's all worth losing. Do you understand? It's all worth losing to me. Because can you go to the legacy media and get the truth? Here we have legacy media looking at you. It doesn't exist. So you're basically saying all of what those victims said is just nothing, right? Like their word means nothing. Trust and believe me, there is nothing more ferocious than a victim who has found her way and now she's a victor. You understand? From victim to victor, you will not shut those people up. Their voice has been found, and they have every right to use that voice. And I feel like people like him are just stuffing it back down. No, no, no. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting because, yeah, I personalize it. Yeah, I look at what I've been through, right? I do. I look at what I've been through and it pisses me off. Why are we protecting people like that? I don't care who you are. We're protecting a prince, for fuck's sakes. And Prince Andrew has had a long-standing history of being a pervert. We're protecting him. That man should be in prison. It doesn't matter if you're part of the royal family or not. You should be in prison. And you know, why do we care so much? Because people aren't in prison, Chris. That's why we care so much, because we have adults violating children and they're not in prison, Chris. That's why we care, Chris. Why do you care? That is why. It's like, how can this be so hard for them to comprehend? Let you or I run a red light, go 5 miles over the speed limit, and we're getting a ticket. We have to pay. Let you drink and drive. You're going to go to jail for a DUI. But if you were an elitist, like Paul Pelosi, how many DUIs does he have? He didn't go to jail. My God, man. It's so stupid anymore. It really is. It's so stupid. So Joe Biden referred to Donald Trump as a sitting president. Oh, I can't make this shit up. He literally did. He said, why am I not surprised? Here, look, watch. Let me get rid of this ad.
Watch the final war.
Crash this year. A sitting president. As they say in my faith, bless me, Father, for, I mean, come on, man. When there's a crash, when there's a crash, I hope in the next 12 months, he went on to say, it's unbelievable.
All right, back. So, because if you didn't hear it,
Confidence in our economy we're building. Let me tell you who else is noticing that. Donald Trump. Did you see what he recently said about that he wants to see the economy crash this year? A sitting president.
So he's a sitting president, is he? Do you know something we don't know, Joe? Should he be the sitting president? He slips up all the time, right? He does. He slips up more than you may know. I got footage of it. I want to show you guys this shit. So he blasts Donald Trump in all of the, like, every event that he's going to recently, right? He's getting all irate and mean, but he fumbles his words really badly, right? It's hysterical. What's even worse than trying to comprehend what Joe Biden is saying are the people in the crowd. Her, 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 her. Yeah. I'm so embarrassed. So embarrassed for him. You know who he reminds me of? The Muppet Chef. You know that one? Yeah. Yeah. So here he lies literally right through his teeth. Watch this.
Donald Trump, when he was commander-in-chief, refused to visit a cemetery, U.S. cemetery outside of Paris for fallen American soldiers.
Is that true?
And he referred to those heroes, and I quote, as suckers and losers. He actually said that. How dare he say that?
How dare you? How dare you say that? People called him out. Community Notes came up thick with this one because here's Joe Biden, actually. Here's Joe Biden calling all of our servicemen stupid bastards.
Incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill. And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Clap for that, you stupid bastards.
Yeah, laugh at that, you stupid bastards. People clapping at that. Watch.
One, I married Jill. And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Just clap for that, you stupid bastards.
And I quote suckers and losers. But you just called servicemen bastards. Stupid bastards. See why I feel like he's like the chef from the Muppets? You can't even fucking understand a thing he says. I understood that though. That was pretty here. I love this. Whoever did this is brilliant. Watch this one, you guys. Ready? Joe Biden. Let's hear you speak one more time, Joe. What was that, Joe? And we had to include that fart at the end. That baby was so cute, man. I'm sorry. So cute. So cute. Donald Trump called him out during the 2020 debate. I don't think Biden will be at the debate this time, though. I don't think he will. I'm trying to find the newest one that he was at. Oh, here's the video proof that he's a liar. Sorry, Biden. Aww.
Right there, right? Oh boy, huh?
Notice how he didn't sniff the kid? You notice how he didn't sniff the kid? He didn't sniff the kid. Okay, this is Jill and Joe Biden at a ceremony for Marines killed in Kabul. Looking at his watch. Here's Joe Biden. Look at their faces. Look at these soldiers' faces in the back, you guys. Look at these guys right here at the top left corner of your screen. Look at the disgust on their faces. Corn Pop was a bad dude. I'm surprised Jill Biden doesn't chew his food for him and then put it in his mouth like a bird, like God. Like, don't sit here and say that Donald Trump is disrespectful to our troops, because he's not. He spent every Thanksgiving when he was president serving our troops Thanksgiving dinners. Okay, so stop. He's the one that sent me the proclamation for my dad and thanking my dad for serving our country when my father died. Do you understand? Don't do that. Don't sit here and act like that, man. This is just disgusting. 10-minute video. This is so sad, man. So sad. Biden claims his son Bo died in Iraq. He died of a brain tumor, unfortunately. It's just sad. Here's a great meme. Good razor wire. If you're confused, it's okay. Here's a visual guide. The good razor wires surrounding, Capitol Hill. The bad razor wires, the razor wire keeping terrorists out of our country, right? It's really disgusting anymore, you guys. I can't even. Here, as much as I don't like Kayleigh McEnany right now because of how anti-Trump she is, she was a really good press secretary, and here she debunks the myth behind what Joe Biden just said.
Is bringing back the hottest economy in modern history. Today's job numbers are proof. There were 1.4 million jobs added in August, beating expectations. Unemployment fell by 1.8%, also beating expectations. Now, nearly 50% of job losses since March have been reversed, a clear V-shaped recovery. Also, I want to address what is quite clearly fake news. The story in The Atlantic has been categorically debunked by eyewitnesses and contemporaneous documents. The Atlantic claims, quote, when President Trump canceled a visit to the Ain Marne American Cemetery near Paris in 2018, he blamed rain for the last-minute decision, according to The Atlantic, saying the helicopter couldn't fly and that Secret Service wouldn't drive him there. Neither claim was true, says The Atlantic. That has been debunked. Behind me, you will see an email from one of the president's military aides that clearly reads, "We are a bad weather call for today's lift." The Atlantic reporting is based on 4 cowardly anonymous sources who probably do not even exist. Meanwhile, within hours, 10 sources, 10, went on the record debunking these lies, 8 with firsthand knowledge, stating on the record one common truth, that this story is false. It never happened. Adding to the 8 that were previously counted, I'm bringing you 2 new ones. One is from Derek Lyons, staff secretary and counselor to the president, who says this: I was with the president the morning after the scheduled visit. He was extremely disappointed that arrangements could not be made to get him to the site and that the trip had been canceled. I have worked for the president for his entire administration. One of my responsibilities is working with him on the many letters he signs to the families of our nation's fallen heroes.
Thank you.
All my time at the White House, Derek writes,
Thank
I have
you, Derek.
never heard him utter a disparaging remark of any kind about our troops. In my view, he holds the brave men and women of our armed forces in the highest regard.
Now, I have to agree that Donald Trump, while president and even before, has always been very respectful of servicemen and women. He salutes them every time. It pains me to see that they attack him so badly, right? They attack Donald Trump so badly for being so appreciative of our military, our laws, our constitution, our border. It pains me. Like, we want a leader who other world leaders aren't laughing at. We want a leader who can spit out a sentence without you thinking they're a Muppet. We want a leader who can run our country, not run our country into the ground. It pains me. It really does. As a veteran's daughter, my dad fought and was shot down. He was shot down for this country. My God, man. Thank God he lived, because I wouldn't be here. So many men could not say the same. Our U.S. troops, even just dying. Like, come on. And what is Biden doing about it? Nothing. Because he's not a leader. Karine Jean-Pierre's, oh, here we go. You want to see a difference between a good press secretary and a bad one? Here.
What I will say, obviously our deepest condolences go out, and our heartfelt condolences go out to the families who lost three brave folks who are military folks, who are brave, who are always fighting, who are fighting on behalf of this administration, of the American people. Obviously, more importantly, we lost those souls. What I will.
Are you kidding me? On behalf of the United States, we are saddened to hear of the loss of 3 United States soldiers in Iran. We will do our due diligence to make retribution possible. Our deepest sympathies and condolences go out to the families of the lost and fallen soldiers. I thought that up right now off the tip of my head. Was it that hard? No, it's not. When it comes from your heart, no, it's not. When it comes from a teleprompter and a binder, of course it is. That's all, folks. What a shame. What a shame. We are in a world today where American soldiers' lives, but they're so brave. American soldiers' lives lost. People in Maui lose everything, including their children. Here's $700 while Joe Biden is sleeping. Our southern border, we're letting in terrorists. And the only way that our Speaker of the House can agree with Mitch McConnell to do something about it is if we give more money to Ukraine. Are you kidding me? That's the only reason why the Republicans kept saying no to more aid for the southern border, was because the Democrats kept saying we need to put more money over to Ukraine, or else Zelensky's going to speak on what he knows about Biden. So the Republicans said no. But now Speaker Johnson is proving to be worse than Kevin McCarthy. My God, the swamp is deep. We're protecting the predators over the children. We're saying that the Epstein list isn't even real. We're just gaslighting our way through life anymore. And it sickens me every day that I have to watch this shit go on. But I'll tell you what, I would risk it all. I would risk it all so that you guys are informed and you know just what we're up against. I don't vote based off of my emotions. I vote based off of who the best candidate is to lead our entire country back from the abyss. It is so selfish for people to vote blue no matter who because Donald Trump, orange man, bad. It's so dangerous. It's why we're in the boat we're in today. It's why we're in the boat that we're in today, and it's pathetic. It's disgusting, and I don't know how people sleep at night knowing they played a part in that. The more money you have in this country, the more you can get away with. It's pathetic. Look at Oprah, for instance. Let's talk about Oprah Winfrey, for instance. You handpick a bunch of girls for your school in South Africa. A plethora of them get abused. Nothing happens. Bill Gates, your wife divorces you because of your dealings on Epstein Island. Nothing happens. Bill Clinton, you got a whole ass painting in the foyer of one Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing happens. You get accused multiple times, Bill Clinton, Juanita Broderick, Jennifer Flowers, how many others? Nothing happens. It sickens me. Hunter Biden. Zach and I from Wolves in Finance talked about this. He said, it must really pain you that you did 3 years in prison for drug possession. And it probably pained you a lot, huh? Seeing Hunter Biden get away with everything that he got away with. I said, you have no clue. You have no problems decimating families because of drug addiction, Joe Biden. No problem. No problem ripping apart the nuclear family. Nope. As long as your legacy stays intact. I want to see the bank accounts of all of these politicians. I want to see the bank accounts of all of these people pushing woke ideologies and pro-transing kids stuff. I want to see their bank accounts. I want to see who's funding all of this. Because they're funding us into hell. All of them. I want to see all of the politicians. I want to see your bank accounts. I want to see who is getting paid. I want to see who's a part of the swamp. I'm sick and tired of not knowing who is making this country the way it is today. And damn it, why isn't it a federal law that if you abuse a child, you should be executed? You should be executed. Why isn't that a federal law? Capital murder is a federal law. Well, how come pedophilia is not? Anymore, it's so bad. Again, I'm a mother of 2. But I'm also a survivor of something that I know is crippling on people for the rest of their lives. And I empathize with everybody who has been through something similar. For every one of us, and there's a lot of us, believe me, men and women, boys and girls alike, that have gone through that kind of abuse, they deserve to know who is on that Epstein list, because you never know. Some little kid might have a poster on his wall and he is idolizing somebody. That little kid might have been sexually abused and they're idolizing a sexual abuser. We shouldn't hide these types of people. They shouldn't get protection. Our children should get protection. All right, guys, I gotta go. Please don't go harass Chris Cuomo. I urge you not to. But just keep your eyes open around you and be well aware of the people who are gaslighting you and saying that you're crazy and that these elite pedophile rings don't exist. Be aware of who they are, because it doesn't hurt to know what kind of people we have walking amongst us. Take care. See you guys later. Stay vigilant, by the way. Stay vigilant, because we don't know who's coming up through our southern border and our northern border. All of our borders are open. We have no clue. Protect your castles.